Hey everyone, it's Heather, your Usborne book lady. I wanted to take a few minutes and talk about my favorite books for our preschoolers, so 3 and 4-year-olds. Usborne has over 2,000 titles, so there's no way that I could show you all of the options for our preschoolers, but like I said, I wanted to show you some of the favorites of mine so far. So we're going to start out with some picture books. This is called Anna Hibiscus's Song. This is Anna Hibiscus, and she lives in Africa, amazing Africa. And Anna is so happy in this book, and she doesn't know what to do with her happiness. So she goes around the different family members in the house and asks them what they do with their happiness. And the aunties pound yams when they're happy. The uncle dances to music. The kids like to play. Her cousins like to play. So it's just a very heartwarming, adorable book, and my daughter loves this, and the illustrations are beautiful. And I like that it is in a setting which is a different country and a different culture than our own. Usborne has a bunch of different illustrated classics, and this is a new one that just came out this January. And it's great timing because there's a new movie version of Cinderella that just came out. So if you wanted to go see the movie and then get the book and read it, or get the book first and then go see the movie with your preschooler, if there's any princess lovers out there, this is perfect for them. And this is just gorgeous illustrations. And what I love about this book, as well as the movie actually, is that at the end, Cinderella actually forgives her stepmother. And so I think it's a great opportunity to have a conversation about forgiveness, which I think is really important. Cinderella. We also have a number of combined volumes of illustrated stories, and this one just came out this fall. This one is called Pirate Stories for Little Children. And it has a number of pirate stories in it. It's cloth bound, so it's very pretty on your shelf. It has a nice bookmark, so you can read one story at a time and mark where you left off, which kids love to do. And each of the stories is illustrated differently, and it's just a really cute, fun book that you can sit and read at night with your kiddo in bed. And who doesn't love a good pirate story? This book is not actually a story. It is a conversation starter, which is very unique. This one's called Just Imagine, and each of the pages is a different kind of scenario or situation that you can talk about. So, for example, this page, it says, would you like to travel through time? So you can talk about different eras, including, the 1960s, or back when you were a baby, or going into the future. So that's just kind of unique and fun. And it's a great way to engage creativity and imagination. And along those same lines, one of our top-selling books this is called Muddle and Match. This one is Muddle and Match Adventure, and I think the other one is Muddle and Match Imagine. And this is a very engaging book, very thick pages, and you make these different combinations of this person, and then you can read on the side here what that person is. And I love the descriptive language in this book. They actually use alliteration with it, which I think is fantastic. Pete the plucky pirate pleads with Percy, his peculiar parrot, to prepare to paddle the Pacific. So it's really good for language skills for your preschooler. This is an award-winning book. This is called Look Inside Our World from our Look Inside series, and it's a flap book. Kids love those flaps. In this one, they're learning about different places in the world, and different animals and different people groups that live in different places. Extremely educational for kids and parents. And you can see why it was award-winning, because it just is so engaging, and it really is fun to read with your kids. It's really important to get books that you think are fun as well as your kids think are fun. One of the great things about Usborne is that we have a bunch of different tools to help your kiddos to start to learn how to read. So this book is from our very first reading set. There are 15 books in this set, and they're designed to move from one to the next to the next. So the first book is Pirate Pat, and it's very simple text. As you can see, sit, Sam, sit, tap, 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 just those very first words. And this is a dual reader, so the parent reads here and the kid reads here, and I'll talk about dual readers in a second here. But the great thing about these is that it comes in a boxed set with a parent guide to help parents out who are just starting to teach their kids how to read. So this is a great tool for those just beginner readers. And the box set looks like this. Great for your kiddos who are just learning to read. Once they get the hang of simple words and they're starting to read a little bit more on their own, or if you wanted to start out this way, reading out loud to your kiddo, Usborne has a couple different things. So this is a single title from our Usborne Phonics Readers series. So this one's called Llamas in Pajamas, which is a new one. It's a ghost story book, and these are always really funny stories. And obviously with phonics, they're easy words to sound out. So this is a single title, which is $6.99, but one of the great values and ways to save money is to get a combined volume of these phonics readers. So instead of paying $6.99 for each of these single titles, you could just spend $19.99 for this combined volume called Ted and Friends, which is 12 titles, plus it has this handy dandy CD that you can put in your car for when you're going on a trip, and they can follow along in the back seat. And then the other cool thing about these books is they have flaps, which again, kids love flaps. And in the flap is actually text, so it's part of the story, which is cool. So this one's called Ted and Friends. And along those same lines is another book, which is, this one I would say is a step up from Ted and Friends. So this one's called The Complete Book of Farmyard Tales. And this one has, I believe, yes, 20 titles. And it comes with a CD. Ours is currently in the CD player because we love it. And this one's adorable. It has a map in the front of the little town. And each of the stories is set on this farm. And it's a dual reader. So what that means is that the simpler text is for the kids, and then the more complex text is for the parents when they're starting out to read. So they read a line, you read a line, they read a line, you read a line. Or if you're really tired at night and they're not even reading yet and you just want to get through the story, you just read the top line and it still tells the same story. So this is a really fantastic book that is kind of a grow with them book. You can read it to them before they even start reading, and then they can start reading it on their own, just the simple text, and then read the whole thing once they've mastered the skill. So those are all the books I have to show you for our preschoolers. If you like this review and you like the books that you saw here, you can go to the link that I will leave in a comment under this post on the Facebook event wall. And thanks for watching.